guys, we're back with another episode of Ask Mark. I think this is week 8. It's been going on for a while.
Yep.
Nice. Want to just get right into it?
Let's do it.
Alright. So first question is from Roja, who is part of the World Garage, by the way. He asks, will drifting physics be Underground 2 or Carbon-like? Or maybe some new drifting physics?
If we do drifting, it's definitely...
If we do drifting.
If we do drifting, it's definitely a tough mode to nail. We'll probably do brand new physics. Because it is, a game tune on the keyboard, it's definitely going to require a whole new beast. We will definitely look at the past titles and see what people loved and hated, and probably blend them all. That's actually a good point to get some of the community's feedback. What drift physics did you guys like? You know, we had some in a lot of our titles. The last one we fully did was like the Pro Street. That was a bit more simmy. So yeah, send it in. What titles you guys like, and if we do it, like I said, we're going to do it custom.
So another interpretation of this question could be he's not talking about drift mode. He's talking about drifting in the game with just the cars. How are you tuning that?
So drifting in the game, 100%, it's in there already. As you see, the muscle cars are a lot more loose, a lot less grip. So you just tap the e-brake, boom, you'll be sliding for a while. The other cars will drift a little bit less, like the tuners and the exotics. So we'll tune in the game drifting per car class, and the lower performance of the car, the more it's going to drift. The better the performance, the more tight it's going to be.
Nice. Is there going to be a difference between like front rear wheel and all wheel?
Always, yeah, for sure. Like we even in the physics engine, we model where the power goes, whether it's front, rear, or all wheel. So that's just a general stat we put in the beginning of tuning. So that will come out naturally.
Cool. Nice physics question for once in a while.
Yeah.
You know? Next question is from GSM Nana, and he asks, will we be able to use blinker lights like in Porsche Unleashed?
Probably
it's kind of a weird question. I just thought I threw that in there this week.
Probably not.
No, I think
there's so much chaos, beautiful chaos happening with the power-ups, and the combination with the driver skills and the battle of the race that I don't even think players are going to even have time to signal.
No.
It's not this type of game. This type of game is all about the strategy of the race and really utilizing the power-ups and like I said, it's going to be chaos. So
I think
you won't have time.
There's so much more stuff that we're focused on doing first. I mean, that might be 3 or 4 years down the road, maybe.
And if the community is screaming for it in a couple of years or whatever, we'll hit it. But not right now.
Yeah, sweet. Okay, next one is from Shot Soon. He says, will you ever be able to tune your car in NFS World in terms of performance? So, like, I think he's thinking about like what we've seen in like undercover and shift and sort of that sort of stuff.
Guaranteed, 100%. We're definitely going to be bringing in a big customization engine for World. What I would personally love to do, hopefully we get it in, is have aside from even upgrading your car, have a lot of sliders or however we do it to make the car customizable to your driving experience. I might drive different than you, and you might drive different than your buddy. If we can give you the tools to customize the feel of that car, and it could be little things like aero, brake bias, suspension. That's just one more layer to drive to your style. We've always given you guys like 3 to 5 sliders. It's like downforce, or it's torque, or it's horsepower, or like little sliders here and there. I want to give you guys more and let you guys go nuts with those, and really just customize how you want it to feel.
Yeah, that's a big thing that's going on in the community when Shift came out too, because Shift gives you a lot of options. And what they were doing is actually, Bojan on NFS Unlimited actually set up a whole tuning setup area on this site where you can go and say you don't want to do a lot of tuning, you just go download someone else's setup. And tons of people love doing that, so that's something I would personally like to see in the game.
For sure, and we'd love for the community to help each other doing that. Like, we thought of it, once we thought, we're not against the idea, but even having a Need for Speed tuning garage for players, but we'd rather the community do that. You guys share it. You guys, if you need help, get one of the hot guys in the community to tune it up.
Just talk with Bojan. He can do anything. So. All right. I was going to ask you another question about that, but I think we'll save that one till next week because it's actually a good follow-up question.
Sounds good.
Okay. Lambo Sucks. Interesting name because I like Lambos. He asks, are we going to add features like opening car doors, hood, and trunk like we saw in Underground 2?
And again, this is one of those things where maybe in the future, but right now,
like we're focused on so much more.
So
other
much
stuff,
more.
Yeah.
The damage engine is purely visual right now.
Yeah.
It's not affecting physics. It's just that was a pure design decision because we're promoting you guys take each other out.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just doesn't make design sense to do that.
No.
So
and I'm pretty sure we're not going to bring back like the speakers and stuff like that anytime soon. Like another thing that like if we get everything we want to get done, which will probably take years to do that, maybe we'll look at that. Probably not anything.
Yeah, not by release.
Okay, so actually this next question is actually a very interesting one that I think that we should do, in my opinion. Burner55 asks, will there be bookmarks which you can place on the map so you can jump directly to your favorite location?
Yeah.
I love that idea. That's a
good
good idea, Burner.
Yes,
yeah.
Sweet idea. Talking to some of our designers today, and they're like, yeah, that's a great idea. So right now you can currently obviously teleport
to a friend, yeah.
To a friend, or you can teleport to a race so you can get close. But even cooler if you have a favorite hotspot, you just want to go practice or burn around. So that's a really good idea. I think that's more feasible, something that we can get to in the near future.
And this kind of goes in hand with like the GPS system. A lot of people want that GPS system, but I don't think anybody's actually thought it through like this. Yeah. Like rather than a GPS system show you where you want to go, why don't you just put drop a pin on the map and go boom, I'm there, right?
Save some time.
Yeah.
And I'll geek out a little bit. I know we just did a huge refactor on our world map. Yeah. So basically, we've set ourselves up to do a lot of cool things with the world map.
Yeah.
We're in good position. So this is one of the things that I think will hit it.
Well, good idea, Burner. I love it, man. Last question is from No411, and he asks, will NFS World have Speedbreaker? And secondary question, will it have more than 5 heat levels? We're going to leave the heat levels out of this for now. Let's just talk about the Speedbreaker.
For sure. So potentially in a single player, in multiplayer it's impossible. It's impossible to slow down, on 5 machines at the same time, right? So it's something that we can't do it on multiplayer. We could probably do it on single player, but what we've done is we've tried to extract what the core attributes are doing in Speedbreaker, like a bit heavier mass, a bit better react, and we're putting them into power-ups.
Yeah,
so
looser grip, that
you guys will be able to do all that stuff through power-ups and through driver skills. But again, we're playing with the option maybe single player.
Okay, cool. Well, that was the last question. I actually have one other thing. I got a private message on the forum the other day from a guy who was reading your power-ups blog, and he was saying that what you said about Nitro power-up is that it actually gives you better grip, it lets you have better handling, and he says he doesn't see that in the game. And I beg to differ. Maybe you can just quickly talk about how you tune that, just to give everyone a quick little refresher.
So what people probably don't know is that's been in there
forever,
for close to, from Underground 1,
I think there's 2 that you could put that one in. It was a bug in Underground 2 that we just kind of left in, right?
Exactly. But, we did a whole bunch of things. We hit NOS, we do some things with the steering and the grip. It's just natural. When you ever gain speed, aerodynamics starts to push down the car. You get better grip, and with more downforce equals more grip. So it's definitely in there. If you go online and you're playing these guys online, you see them just hit nitrous oxide through the corners, and they're just, if you time it perfectly, you're just carving through the corner. So it's definitely in the physics. It might be subtle, but if you can utilize it, you'll get that much more, because the whole thing about racing is keeping the minimum speeds up with corners. If you can scrub not a lot of speed, you're going to be winning, right? So, we try to duplicate that in our physics engine. So it's definitely there. It's been there for a while.
Sweet. Well, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Until next week, guys, keep those questions coming.
Yeah, actually, before we sign off, one more quick thing I'd like from the community.
Okay.
Let's send in some, we talked about some modes. We were in a design meeting last week. We thought, what are the modes that you guys want to see? We be a cop, team pursuit. We know all that. We're on it. We're looking at it. What are the other ones that there is drift? Let's give some ideas, and so we can start thinking about it early. I really want the community's feedback on what modes are they getting excited about, or what do you guys want to see? Okay, so you guys can give us that feedback by either posting on the forums in the the suggestions forum, and you can also email me directly. My email address is drew@needforspeed.com, so just drop me an email. I will absolutely make sure to pass your feedback on to Mark here. So actually, all of the feedback I pass on to the team anyway, so hit us up, guys. Like, we want to know. So cheers, man. Thank you, guys.